If you want to be wealthy and happy, the most common dream on earth. Let's get real for a moment. Everyone says they want to be wealthy and happy. It's probably the most common dream on earth. But here's what's crazy. If you look around, most people are neither. They're stuck in the middle, not broke, but not free. Not depressed, but not deeply fulfilled either. They're living in this quiet tension between wanting more and fearing they'll never get it. Have you ever felt that? That strange mix of ambition and anxiety, the feeling that you're meant for something bigger, but you're not sure how to bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Let me tell you something that'll shift how you think forever. Wealth and happiness are not things you chase. They're things you attract by the person you become. That one sentence changed my life. Because for years I thought success was about working harder, making more, achieving more, buying more. But all that did was exhaust me. See, the world teaches us to chase the next promotion, the next relationship, the next dollar, the next dopamine hit. But the people who truly live wealthy and happy lives don't chase. They grow. They become the kind of people that success and joy are naturally drawn to. So if you've ever looked at your life and thought, why isn't it working yet? This message is for you. Because it's not about chasing more, it's about becoming more. Section 1, the hidden law. Why you don't get wealthy and then get happy. Let me tell you a story. A few years ago, I met a man who had everything most people dream of. He ran a successful company, lived in a mansion, drove the kind of cars people take photos next to. And yet, one night, as we sat in his backyard overlooking the city lights, he told me quietly, "I've built an empire, but somewhere along the way, I forgot how to smile." He wasn't being dramatic, he was being honest. He thought money would solve everything. But what he didn't realize was this: money magnifies who you are. It doesn't transform you. If you're miserable and insecure when you're broke, you'll just be miserable and insecure in a nicer car. If you're anxious, jealous, or lost, money won't heal that. It just turns up the volume on whatever's already inside you. That's when I learned something that felt like a secret of the universe. You don't become happy after you get rich. You become rich because you learned how to be happy first. Happiness is a form of wealth. And wealth, true wealth, is simply peace in motion. Think about it. When you're at peace, you think more clearly. When you feel grateful, you spot opportunities faster. When you're confident, people trust you. Doors open, relationships flourish. That's why wealthy people think differently. They're not just chasing money, they're managing energy. Their energy is calm, creative, and consistent. The broke mindset says, once I get money, I'll feel better. The abundant mindset says, once I feel better, I'll get the money. And they're both right, but only one works in the real world. So here's the truth bomb. If you want to change your income, you first have to change your inner condition. Because income rarely exceeds personal development for long. You might get a lucky break, a raise, a viral moment, but without growing into that level, it all slips away. That's why lottery winners go broke. That's why overnight influencers crash. They received more than they were prepared to handle. The secret isn't to chase more, it's to become the person who can sustain more. Section 2, the discipline of becoming, the daily work of transformation. Let's talk about the real work, the kind nobody posts about. Everyone loves the idea of success, but few people love the process. Because the process doesn't look glamorous. It looks like early mornings, self-reflection, small changes, and discipline. Jim Rohn once said, "Work harder on yourself than you do on your job." That quote changed everything for me, because for most of my life I worked hard on the outside. I worked hard to impress, to achieve, to earn, but I didn't work hard on the inside. And here's what I learned the hard way. You can't out-earn a weak mindset. You can't out-hustle poor habits. You can't out-network a lack of self-worth. Everything you build externally will eventually reflect who you are internally. So how do you work on yourself? You start by mastering 3 invisible disciplines. 1. Study. Find out how things work. Ignorance is expensive, and most people are paying the price for not knowing. You want to be happy? Study happiness. You want to be wealthy? Study wealth. You want to be confident? Study confidence. Don't guess your way through life. Study it. Read the books. Listen to mentors. Watch how successful people move, talk, decide, and recover. Success leaves clues, but you have to be awake enough to notice them and write everything down. Your journal is your growth mirror, because if you don't record wisdom, you'll repeat mistakes. 2. Apply. Go to work. Knowledge doesn't change you, applied knowledge does. You can watch 100 motivational videos, but if you don't act, your life stays the same. You can take 10 online courses, but if you don't execute, you're just collecting digital dust. Start small. Discipline is built like a muscle through repetition. Make your bed. Read 10 pages. Speak gratitude out loud. Invest 10% of what you earn. Practice being calm when life tests you. These tiny disciplines create momentum, and momentum is what turns your potential into power. Because no one ever stumbled into greatness, they disciplined their way there. 3. Integrity. Don't try to beat the system. This one's big. The moment you try to shortcut your growth, you start losing the very foundation that supports success. You can't cheat the process and still expect the reward. There's a reason why people who cut corners end up with cheap lives. Shallow wins, fake smiles, constant anxiety about being found out. Do it the right way, even when no one's watching, because the right way builds strength, and strength sustains success. Patience is not weakness, it's mastery under pressure. So when life seems slow, don't panic. Growth takes time, but time rewards those who stay consistent. Section 3. The power of choice. You are the creator, not the consumer. Here's where everything shifts. You've heard all the ideas. Now comes the part that separates dreamers from doers. Choice. You have a choice to live as a consumer of life or a creator of it. Consumers wait for things to happen. They wait for motivation, opportunity, or permission. Creators decide things will happen, and they build the path themselves. Consumers say, I'll start when I feel ready. Creators say, I'll start so I become ready. So the real question is, which one are you choosing to be? Because life doesn't give you what you want, it gives you what you decide to become. If you want to be wealthy and happy, you must first become mentally wealthy and emotionally stable. Wealth isn't just money. It's peace, time, freedom, energy, options. Happiness isn't just a mood, it's a state of alignment. When your actions match your values and your values match your purpose. So stop waiting for life to get better. You are life. You are the one who gets better. Start creating your environment. Choose what you feed your mind, your thoughts, your content, your conversations. Choose the people around you. Are they lifting you or limiting you? Choose your focus. Are you replaying pain or rehearsing possibility? Because your life expands or contracts based on what you tolerate. The moment of decision. Right now, you're one decision away from a completely different future. Not a lottery win, not a miracle. A decision. The decision to stop being a victim of your past and start being the architect of your destiny. The decision to stop saying one day and start saying day one. The decision to stop wishing and start working, not harder, but smarter. The most powerful thing you can ever say to yourself is this: I don't have to be the same person tomorrow that I was today. That's freedom. That's wealth. That's happiness. Section 4. Conclusion. The wealthy and happy way of life. If you take one thing from this message, let it be this: you don't chase wealth and happiness, you build yourself until both chase you. Because when you grow in wisdom, discipline, and gratitude, you naturally attract people, opportunities, and peace that match your new vibration. You stop settling for less. You stop comparing yourself to others. You stop needing to prove your worth, because you know it. So the next time you find yourself wishing for more, remember, the secret is already inside you. You just have to wake it up, grow it, and guard it with discipline and faith. And when you do, when you really commit to becoming the best version of yourself, you'll look around one day and realize, you're not just wealthy, you're not just happy, you're whole. If this video lit a spark in you, don't let it fade. Take one action today. Write down one change you'll make this week. Maybe it's waking up early, journaling, reading 10 pages, or finally starting that idea you've been sitting on. Then share it in the comments below. Because your story might be the message someone else needs right now. And if you want more deep talks like this, about wealth, mindset, purpose, and the laws of success, make sure to hit subscribe, turn on the bell, and join our growing community of creators. Remember, you're not here to survive, you're here to create. You are not meant to chase happiness or wealth. You are meant to become the kind of person who naturally attracts both. So go out there and become more. The world needs what only you can bring. Let's keep growing together. See you next time.